Hey, Pete here with Power Up Coaching and Hypnosis. I want to talk to you today about my friend Ryan, right? When Ryan was 26 years old, he worked in retail. He never had a set schedule. He was sometimes working Saturdays and Sundays and Mondays, and other weeks it was Wednesday and Fridays and weekends, and it was always changing. And he felt like he was just really struggling in many areas of his life. But the reason he came to me because he wanted to start making more money in a consistent way, right? And the money he was making at his current job was enough, yeah, to pay his bills, but he really struggled to get ahead, right? And for him, a lot of this he believed had to do with his retail job. But we're going to get into more on really what the problem was for him, right? What his thoughts were. So, it took us a little bit to be creative with his sessions because of the crazy hours he worked. But we ended up getting together and we ended up working on a bunch of new skills and ways he can think and view money and the type of person that should have it. Now, I want to say that the reasons he gave me are not uncommon. You may even resonate with some of them, if not all of them yourself. I know in the beginning, a lot of these, hit home for me, and I had to go through everything that I'm going to teach you guys on how to get over it. But when I asked him, I said, think about a person with money. Like, what kind of person comes to your mind? And his answers were they had to be snobby people, right? He'd have to be mean in order to get money, right? He had to stab people in the back. He thought if he got money, people were going to look at him differently. He thought that he would have to become a different person if he had money, right? Like money's going to change him. He's going to be a great guy now, but the moment he has money, he's going to turn into this mean person. And then when I asked him, I said, think about someone who lives in a mansion or has a Ferrari, right? What kind of person are those people? And he's like, oh man, those people, they're manipulative, right? They had to scam people out of their money. And then I asked him, I said, how many people do you know in your life that have money? Man, he was honest. He was, I have no one in my life that truly has money. So if he didn't know where these thoughts are coming from, right? Because it's obviously not from, actually knowing people. So really, we had to go over where these thoughts came from. Now, for Ryan, for myself, for you, we learn most of our stuff from our friends and family, right? We spend so much time with our friends and family that it's almost impossible to not be influenced by these people, especially when we're younger, right? When we're children, we're just sponges soaking in everything that goes on around us. So now, working with Ryan, we were able to create these new skills, right? Now, these skills are exactly what the program is about, right? It's about going through the mastermind, the mindset, having motivation, and ultimately mastery of, in this case, money, right? And let me tell you, he was so excited to use these new skills in his everyday life. But here's what Ryan quickly discovered. The moment he went home, right, to his friends and his family, he lost his new skills and went back to his old behaviors. Now, think about it. Why did Ryan do that, right? What happened? So knowing that, right, and that happens for a lot of us, right? It's important to remember that any change will not stick unless you change the influence that your friends and family have over you. Now, like Ryan, and I'm sure you, and I know me, I didn't want to change, and he didn't want to change his friends, and he loves his family, so they weren't going anywhere. So, what did he need to do, right? Well, he realized that he was the average of everyone in his life, right? This includes the good and the bad. And this didn't just count as far as his income, right? It went as far as his health and his self-esteem. He was the average of everyone in his life. That's how he is, right? He has good things from certain people. He has bad habits from other people. So he was the average of both of those combined. Now, a lot of you probably know about Napoleon Hill, the book Think and Grow Rich. And he came up with this idea in the term of mastermind, which is just a group of successful, like-minded people that you meet with regularly with the purpose of helping everyone in the group to grow, right? To become more successful. So knowing this information, Ryan had one of those aha epiphany moments where he realized a mastermind is happening whether he did something or not. Now, in the past, right, when he didn't decide who he let influence him, everyone was keeping him down to their level. Now, here's the secret Ryan learned, and if you gain nothing else from this, video, this is it, right? This is so important. When Ryan intentionally put people in his life who could help him get results that he wanted to have, everything skyrocketed, right? And that's so important because even if he didn't get rid of anyone else in his life, by adding better people, right, more successful people, his average still went up. That's so crucial. And this is why masterminds are so important. So where's Ryan at now? So we're talking, a year or two later. He now has gotten a promotion at work, a few promotions actually. Right? He has a set schedule. He's making use of the money he has. But here's the great thing is he's using the advice from the people in his mastermind on how to use that money. So what does that mean for Ryan? Well, simply he has savings, right? He's planning a vacation for the first time that doesn't rely on his parents to pay for it, right? He's going on this on his own. And ultimately, that means he has the freedom to do whatever he wants, right? If he wants to go to the beach all day, he can do that. If he wants to go out to eat, he can do that. Like, he has immense freedom now. So if you want the same knowledge and freedom Ryan did in only 14 days, now I understand it took him about 6 months to learn all this stuff, right? And we're condensing it down to 14 days. Just click the link in the comment section below. That way you can get access to this at a phenomenal price, right? Now, before you go, right, I want you to continue on because I want you to think of your personality as like a quilt, right? A patchwork quilt. Your personality is made up of all the behaviors you've seen and experienced from the people around you starting at your early age. Now that you are grown up, right, you can decide to consciously choose who to surround yourself with, right? Whether it be role models or people who have something you want to have, right? You can add those people to your quilt in such a positive way. And that's only going to help you evolve and become a better person, right? So when you realize how much you're influenced by the people around you, the only way to move is by removing that friction that limits your success and allows you to create that success automatically, right? Without a lot of effort, because things without friction just glide really easy. Now, the first step to removing that friction is by joining the mastermind level, right? And again, you can just click the link below and join the mastermind. I look forward to seeing you there.